Members of the jury, at this time, just bailiffs. She'll give you another one. Yep. At this time, members of the jury, I must administer to you the second of the two oaths that I previously mentioned. So at this time, I need each and every one of you to raise your right hand, and then after administering the oath, I need everyone to please say I do. Now, do you and each of you do solemnly swear or affirm that in the case of the state of Texas versus Tyler Lindsay Connor, that you will a true verdict render according to the law and evidence, so help you God? Okay, you may put your hand down. Members of the jury, I will give you some instructions and a general idea of what to expect in this case. Every case is composed of facts and the law as applies to this particular case. The facts come from the witnesses on the witness stand. The law comes from the statutes, codes, rules, and court decisions interpreting them and how they may apply to this case. You and I have equal authority in this case, but it is divided authority. You are the sole judges of the facts, and I'm the sole judge of the law. You are the sole judges of the credibility of witnesses and the weight to be given their testimony. You can believe all of what a witness says, part of what a witness says, or none of what a witness says. As the trial progresses, the attorneys will probably make objections to questions asked by the other attorney of witnesses, or objections to the introduction of documents or objects. This means that in the objecting attorney's opinion, there is a legal reason why the testimony or document or object should not be received by you. Sometimes I will simply sustain or overrule the objection. At other times, it may require a lengthy discussion outside of your presence. If that happens, I will either ask you to step outside for a few minutes or ask the attorneys to come up to the bench so that you can hear the discussion on the point of law. The reason for this, as I told you earlier, you're the sole judges of the facts you receive, and I'm the sole judge of the law. I can't be with you in the jury room when you deliberate the facts. Therefore, you can't be present or within hearing when I deliberate questions of the law. The reason why I will sometimes ask you to step outside is because it's simply the most efficient way to do it. Otherwise, if we were to leave the courtroom, the court reporter would have to gather her equipment and take it with her, and the attorneys would have to gather their files, etc. The rulings I do make on questions of law in your presence are not evidence, and you are to disregard them. After all the evidence is in, and both the state and the defendant has rested their cases, the court will prepare and submit to you a written charge instructing you on the law in this case. We will then hear oral arguments from the attorneys. The attorneys have the right to make a summation of the evidence and to make reasonable deductions from the evidence. Since the state has the burden of proof, it has the right to open and close the summation or argument. Until you retire to deliberate, do not discuss this case amongst yourselves, and under no circumstances should you permit anyone to discuss the case with you. Do not attempt to learn from any source outside of the courtroom anything about the facts of the case, nor attempt any independent investigation on your own. Don't visit the scene involved in the facts of the case. Don't read any reports in the newspapers or watch TV reports about the case. Do not make up your mind about this case until all the evidence is in and you have been instructed on the law. Don't take notes during the progress of the trial. Don't visit the other courtrooms during a break if they're in trial or other proceedings. The bailiff have given each and every one of you tags identifying you as a juror. Please wear those tags at all times. Ladies and gentlemen of the panel, those of you who was not selected as a juror in this case, on behalf of Jefferson County and behalf of the staff here in County Court at Law Number 2, I would like to thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules. Your jury service is over. And I tell people this all the time. When you come to County Court at Law Number 2, please feel free in your spare time to come and have a seat in this courtroom. I know that when you came here today, you noticed that my name, Terrence L. Holmes, was over the door, and you probably said to yourself, this is County Court at Law Number 2, Judge Terrence L. Holmes. Well, this is Judge Holmes' court. No, this is not my court. I'm only a public servant serving the citizens of Jefferson County. And so this is your courtroom. Anytime you're in the area, please feel free to come have a seat in your courtroom. Now, that area that you're sitting in, we call that the peanut gallery. It doesn't mean that you can bring peanuts in here and eat, because this is not the Texas Roadhouse. But you can come and have a seat in your courtroom and see what goes on in Jefferson County. Again, on behalf of the staff here in County Court at Law Number 2 and the citizens of Jefferson County, I'd like to thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules. Normally, I would give each and every one of you a handshake, but under our circumstances with COVID still being out, I cannot give you a handshake at this time. However, I can give you an air handshake. So I'm gonna give everyone, each and every one of you, an air handshake. And again, thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules. Our bailiff have letters for each and every one of you. The district clerk's office is closed at this time. So if you need any letters or if you need anything for your job, just let us know and we can get that done. So at this time, you are excused. And each and every one of you, please have a blessed day. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's late in the evening. We're going to ask that the jury will come back tomorrow at 1:30. At that time, state is going to read the information that is the charge, and they will, state defense will have a right to give an opening statement. And then after the opening statement or opening statements are given, then the state will put on its case. So at this time, you are excused for the evening. Yes.
Judge, are we not going to do the reading of the information now?
No, we usually do that after, when we get ready to start the testimony. Okay. So at this, yes. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen.
Or what should we bring?
Yeah. Yeah, you can bring your purses. Normally, if we have drinks and stuff in the back, we have a jury room back there, or we normally take breaks. I usually take a break every hour. Give you opportunity to use restroom, drinks, and we have water and coffee if y'all need water and coffee. Okay. But this time, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're going to ask that everyone will please stand while the jury exit the courtroom. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at 1:30. You may exit. or to be in recess until 1:30 on tomorrow.